Hello, my name is Cheryl Willis and I'm with Go Arizona Real Estate, and you are calling about my new listing at 301 East Pinon Way in Gilbert. Oh my God, super cute house right outside of Heritage District. Great proximity, great schools, entertainment, dining. It's got everything. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, plus an office. Also has a swimming pool, super easy care landscaping. The backyard has the pool, patio, and the turf. So there's no landscaping you have to take care of. In the front yard, the HOA takes care of the grass. Isn't that awesome? And then there's a huge front courtyard area. So you were calling to find out what exactly is USA Home Bids and what does it mean for you as the buyer agent. So number one, I am a true proponent for buyer agents. Every buyer is required to use a buyer agent in these transactions. If they do not have one, then I will give them several to choose from, the certified USA Home Bids agents. Which, by the way, if you are interested in getting certified, please let me know. I am the state director for USA Home Bids, and our next training is actually Tuesday, February 9th. But we also have an on-demand if you have a listing coming up and it's something that you'd like to offer your seller. So back to what it is. This gives sellers great opportunity for controlling who comes in their home, the time frame they're going to be on the market, etc. So we go on the market on Monday. We will be doing open houses to show the property only on Saturday, February 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sunday from 12 to 4 p.m. Anybody that's come in during those 2 days and needs to come back for an additional look on Monday, we will accommodate some individual appointments on Monday and Tuesday. What this does is it eliminates a lot of the safety concerns that everyone has. I just recently had another listing where we had 120 showings from Monday through Friday. Not great for really anyone, right? So we have a full staff that is going to be managing that open house this coming weekend. So we hope to see you then. This also gives buyers an opportunity to relax a little. They don't have to run to the home as soon as they get off work or maybe on lunch hour and make a rash decision. This gives all the buyers an opportunity to research the area, walk the neighborhood, maybe talk to the neighbors, see how close it is to the freeways, schools, downtown, whatever's important to them. They can get all their financing still, like make sure everything is top notch. And that gives them time to come on over for the open houses on the weekend. Bring your parents, bring your neighbors, bring your relatives, kids, in-laws, whomever. Get their opinion and their advice. When was the last time you got to kind of relax a little and make a decision whether or not this was the home for your buyers? So now that they have this additional time, they also, there'll be other homes coming on the market. We know that later this week. Typically you'll see it on Thursday and Friday, and then everybody runs to the open houses on Saturday and Sunday, and it's highest bid, and there's like 50 offers. Well, this is a little bit more organized, but it's also not totally different from that, meaning we're not changing the market with this technology. Here's what we're doing though. We are eliminating the rush for the open houses. We're planning for the large group. So we actually have a full staff that will be there to make sure that everyone keeps their distance, everybody wears their masks, and we limit how many people in the property at any given time. We also make sure we know exactly who is in the home. Anyone attending the open houses will be required to give their information, or if they're with their realtor will be providing that information. Just in case anything were to happen and someone was to come down with COVID, we would have one means in order to communicate with everybody to let them know that there's an issue. As far as the bidding, the online bidding, I would highly recommend that agents allow the buyers to do the bidding themselves. The purpose or the benefit of buyers using this is the transparency. So no, not all buyers are going to be able to engage in this, but they're not also able to get in most of the other multiple offer situations. So again, this technology doesn't change the market. It just helps kind of make it more transparent. So buyers understand what it's going to take to get in on this home. Get themselves pre-registered. The credit card authorization is merely a mechanic in place to make sure that whoever registers is really who is registering. So that is when I personally pick up the phone to every single person that has been pre-qualified or not pre-qualified, pre-registered to bid, and I make sure that they understand the basic fundamentals of this. They are, of course, also repeatedly throughout the process of making a bid, reminded of what the process is and what's involved. So the first thing is know that the bidding price, then you add on a buyer premium of 3%. That is what will be the purchase price. Okay, so take that into consideration whenever you are placing that bid. The next part of it is only the top bidder will be providing an offer on an AAR purchase contract. And anybody watching this knows what an AAR is. So you're not giving up all the terms and conditions that you normally do on some of the auctions. This is not an auction, it's an online bidding platform. So that offer, when you submit it, you're still going to want to go in with the same terms and conditions, with that gusto that you normally would in any other competitive situation. So if you were to call me right now and say, I want to write an offer on Pinon, what terms and conditions would you be adding in that offer to support that price? You're going to want to still do that same offer, make it as tight as you can, shorten, add, subtract, whatever it is that you feel that you are going to convince that seller to accept your offer. Now, the seller has the right to accept, counter, or reject any offer they receive. So in the event, let's just say hypothetically, you were the top bidder, but you were you had no additional cash at this time. And so you're solely relying on the fact that the appraisal might come in lower, and therefore presenting an offer with normal appraisal, nothing to back it up as far as maybe covering a variance or whatever it might be on the terms that you are allowed to put whatever you want or not. But know that the seller, if they don't get an offer that supports that purchase price, because they really only want to pick one buyer, one contract, and get it closed. We all know that, right? You don't want to go over and over time and time again with multiple buyers. So just know that you have this one 24-hour window exclusively to present your offer to the seller and say, here's my offer. I'm presenting these terms and conditions, and this is how I am the buyer that you want to go with. And if the offer is in support of that purchase price and it makes that seller feel confident that you're going to get it closed, yeah, we're going to have a contract. And we'll open escrow the next day, and everything is just as normal. Everything that you have spelled out in that offer that has been agreed upon, mutual acceptance, that is how it's going to be moving forward. Now, I have to tell you, most of the time, it is the first position bidder that wins this. Usually the first position bidder clearly understands this. They submit an offer, and I have to be honest with you, all the deals that I have closed, the buyer has waived appraisal contingency, and that's it. And they've come in with the difference. On a very recent transaction that I had, the top bidder, for whatever reason, kind of changed his mind at the last minute and was the winning bidder. But what I mean by change, like all along, he was telling his agent, yeah, I'm going to waive the appraisal. Yeah, I'm going to waive the appraisal. He had the money. But when he was the top bidder, he was like, well, I'm going to see what the seller's going to do. And so he left the appraisal in, and he put in there that he would come up to $10,000 over appraised value. And when the seller received the offer, they did shorten the inspection period. They did accept the property as is. They also did a few other little things. They waived the home warranty. And, you know, it might be good in a less crazy market. Like that would have been a solid offer. But in today's market, my seller went, that doesn't really support the price that they bid. I think I'm going to go to bidder number 2. So we took a look at bidder number 2. They had been given, everyone is given the same exact presentation that I'm giving to you now. So you are the top bidder. You are going to want to present the best possible offer with the best possible terms and conditions to convince that seller to accept your offer and look no more. Because if it is a perfect offer, the seller will accept it and they'll be moving forward. Now, in the case of the last deal, this guy offered $10,000 over. Wasn't good enough for my seller. So the second position bidder, you have to submit, you get to submit an offer. So they submitted an offer. This one only was $7,000 over appraisal. Not good enough. So we went to the third offer. Not kidding you, not offer. Third bidder. Bidder number 3. Seller did not accept bidder, top bidder. They didn't accept second bidder. You have a chance. Submit your offer. They submitted an offer with an appraisal completely removed, no amount of money that, variance. And they did do a 5-day inspection period, but they also accepted the property as. So it doesn't always go to the top bidder, although most of the time it does. I was completely shocked about that. Anyways, we all learned from that, right? So if your buyer is interested in this, get them registered to bid. It also doesn't cost anything to register, and they don't have to bid. But if they want to see the numbers going up, and you as an agent, you can send me a request through the system, and I will approve you without putting a credit card, since we are held to our code of ethics, and I know where to find you, so I can do that for you. But again, I would highly recommend that you give that control back to the buyer. Let them decide what price they are willing to go up to. And at that point, if they're the winning bidder and they get to come in with whatever terms and conditions they want and they don't get the deal, well, the buyer only has themselves to blame. Because if you come in with the right offer, with the right terms and conditions, with that price, it is the top bidders. So, and everybody knows what that price is, again, because it's 100% transparent. Everybody sees it. There's no hidden clauses, no hidden anything. Again, the key here is bidding price plus buyer 3% premium equals the total purchase price. People want to know what the buyer premium is for. It is for 2.5% for the buyer agent fee, and it's 0.5% for the technology fee. I've also been asked, does that mean the buyer's paying for their own agent? And then I reply with, and this is true, I posted a comment on the Arizona Real Estate Group, and I asked a question. This is a long time ago. I asked, so why is it that the seller pays for the buyer agent's commission? And yes, I'm saying there is an absolute need for representation on both sides. So if there's 2 agents, why is it the seller that gets to dictate how much they make? And it was really interesting how a lot of the agents actually said, are you sure it's the seller paying for it? Or is it maybe the buyer that's paying a certain price where the seller has the money and then now disperses it to the respective agents? So is the buyer paying for it or is the seller paying for it? It's a good argument. And with everything going on right now with Department of Justice and the lawsuits filed against NAR, we're probably going to see some changes of that coming pretty soon, I'd say, as they start making some of those changes. In fact, the state of Washington's already made some of those. So I hope that that has explained everything. If you have not yet looked at the website, it's USAHomebids.com. There's even more information on there. And again, if you are interested in getting certified, there's only going to be a certain amount of agents in the state of Arizona that will be certified. It helps buyer agents not having to run out all over the week. They can just do it in a very organized open house on the weekend. They don't have to write a ton of offers because only the top bidder or 2 or 3 are going to be writing actual offers. The buyers, especially those buyers that maybe have a really hard time understanding where the market is, this is a great way to show them really what's going on. And also, again, buyers have an opportunity to look around a little and really decide if this is the home they want. From a seller perspective, it is 100% transparent. They know exactly who's been in their home. They know it's been monitored and maintained well. They know there's a safety aspect that's been looked after. Their home is being safely taken care of. And then they also can watch the bidding and they know exactly, again, where they will be at. So Hopefully that answers all your questions. If after you've looked at the website and watched this video and you still have questions, yes, please give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'll be glad to get back to you. The bidding ends on Tuesday, February 15th. I should have looked. 16th, Tuesday, February 16th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Again, Cheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate. And I'm looking to grow my team too, if you're looking to come on over. Have a good one, guys. I will see you online or at the open house. Bye.